Hey guys, what's up? Lone Berserker here, and this is actually a mod review, and I'm going to be doing a campaign on it very soon, because it's absolutely hilarious, kind of. It's cool that someone actually did it. It was made a while ago. I don't know why it hasn't really kicked up any popularity, but hopefully, when I do a campaign on it, it will make it more popular, so... It's called the Marius vs. Sulla 88 BC, and the whole point is basically, depending on who you like more, Marius or Sulla, or if you want to play as the Eastern Factions or one of the Diadohoi, which I will check out those in a minute, then you can do that. You can basically rewrite history, but you're in an actual historical situation. So, Sulla gets Illyricum, Apollonia, and Crete, and Rhodes, actually. So he gets a very small amount of territory. I don't know why they gave him Crete. I don't think Rome ever owned that at 88 BC. Maybe they did. No, they wouldn't have actually owned Crete until like around the Third Mithridatic War. Pompey took it over. So that's the only inaccurate situation in this entire campaign. It's absolutely awesome. So I have played as Sulla before. Well, I've only loaded up the game. He starts off with, I think, 100,000 gold. Maybe I'll load it up again, but he starts off with a lot of money, but he's also losing money because he has so many soldiers. So that's Sulla's situation. And then you have Marius' situation, which is a lot easier. You get most of Spain, this province here, like Massilia and the Volcae territory. Then you get Cisalpina, Latium, I can't read that, Sicily, Corsica, Sardinia, Palma, and then you get Africa and Kyrene. So that is the Roman situation. I haven't loaded up. I guess I will load all of them up then, just so you can see what the situations are. Then we have the Eastern Empires, and starting off we have the Parthian one, which is a very easy. I have loaded them up. I'll show you. You're away from everybody. No one is powerful enough to attack you, so that's for, like, I guess if you want to have an easier campaign and just take over the world. Then we have Armenia, which is ruled by Tigran the Great. They are at war with Sulla's Rome. I think that's inaccurate too, but I mean, I guess if you want to start Armenia off at war with Sulla's Rome, then I guess you could attribute that to Tigran lending Mithridates 10,000 cavalry at the start of the war. I don't know, but that's about it. In Mesopotamia, they wouldn't have owned any of that until Tigran declared war on Parthia. So that's the only other inaccurate thing about Armenia, but they are very hard. I mean, historically, Tigran was in a very tight situation when he took over Armenia. But nonetheless, he brought it to one of the greatest empires in the world. So that's them. And then we have Pontus, which is ruled by the Mithridatic dynasty. And it is I absolutely love playing as Pontus, because when you go to the family tree, it has all the historical accurate children. It has Cleopatra, Machares, who else was it? There was Arcathius. I think it might have Pharnaces. I can't remember, we'll have to look at that, and you're in a very, very cool situation. Basically, it's after Mithridates took over Asia and Greece. You have 3 armies, but they are very crappy. You have no artillery. You have good cav and some good archers. But other than that, Sulla's armies easily one-on-one will beat yours. There's no match to them. You have to double team his armies. And one of your armies is actually in Pontus. So that's them. Then we have the Seleucid Empire, which I have loaded up. It's kind of fun. It's a very, very tight situation. You basically own part of Syria, like 2 territories, and then you own 1 part of Judea. And that's literally it. And you are in a very, very bad situation, which historically it was. And Tigran would later come over and take over that. There's nothing special about them. And then there's Egypt. I haven't played as Egypt. I'm probably not going to. But they have 1 part of Libya and all of Egyptus, if that's how you say it. I don't actually know, but yeah, that's them. That's all I really know about them. I don't really know much about Egypt, except I know they lent some ships to Lucullus to help Sulla. So let's start it up. We're gonna start in order until we get all the way down to Egypt. We're just gonna load them up and check out each one. And I just started at normal, just so we can see everything. Okay, so we have loaded up the campaign, and this is what your situation is. How do I do diplomatic status? So, this is your situation. You got 6 territories. You're at war with 2 of the greatest empires in the area, and you have 3 armies. You do have a good barracks, so you can get veteran legionaries and praetorians if you want to do that, and just spam and auto resolve every battle. You get artillery, you get a little bit of cav, but as you can see, I have 101,000 gold, which is overdoing it a little bit, to say the least. But it is accurate to the fact that Sulla was in a crappy situation when it came to money. He was constantly losing money. So we have the emperor here. Let's actually look at the family tree right here. We have Sulla, we have Strabo, he's a general, Gnaeus Pompeius Strabo, Pomponia, Lucius Licinius Lucullus, which was historically in the first Mithridatic War. He was also in the third Mithridatic War. We have Claudia, Gnaeus, and Pompeia. And we have this dude. Now, I don't know Rome's situation during this time that well. I know Mithridates a lot more than what Rome was going through. So, honestly, that's it, basically. You got the barbarians up here. You got Marius' Rome. So you can basically choose whether to attack Greece or to attack Italy. I think you can actually... Oh, no, you can't, but... in my opinion, taking Italy back would be the best idea, because you can't... You're at war with 4 factions. Pontus, Cappadocia, Armenia, and Marius' Rome, so... I don't think any of them will take peace.
Be welcome.
Cappadocia can't accept peace. And then there's Armenia. I don't think he wants peace. No, so... You're stuck at war with 4 factions right off the bat. You really... gotta put yourself in the shoes of Sulla at this time, because what are you gonna do, really? You're gonna either go for Mithridates or you're gonna go back to Italy. Obviously, you can go shut Mithridates down very quickly, because most of your armies are just hillmen. You can auto-resolve almost every battle, too. So yeah, you can do that. That's about it, though, honestly. Or you can go back to Italy. So that's Sulla's situation. Now I'm going to load up Marius' situation. Alright, so this is the Marius situation, and to say the least, well, you're in a much better situation than anybody else in the campaign. No one's gonna declare war on you. You don't need to bother about the Gallic Confederation or the Cantabria or Iberia. You don't need to worry about Egypt, Africa, I mean. These guys are already your client state, so they're not gonna declare war on you. They actually like you. You can, in terms of military forces, let's see. How many armies do I have? I've got this one, which isn't great. Okay, so they're all the same. They're just infantry, cav, and some skirmish units. But you're making 6,000 per turn. If you go over here, you can recruit first cohort and legionaries, and you can get better cav. You can just, honestly, just research. Oh, it's going to take a while. So never mind, don't do that, but... You can just build up a bunch of armies of first cohort, or even legionaries, that'd be fine. And just overwhelm him. Overwhelm Sulla. Because Sulla's definitely going to be sending units over here to fight in Greece. So you have more than enough time to just build up a small little empire over here. And honestly, that's about it. You can easily overwhelm Sulla. I mean, this is the second easiest situation in the game. You have a bunch. You can even get more trade partners than you already have. Like, all these people want to trade. Well, they don't want to, but they probably will. So for some reason, Pontus doesn't like you, which they should, because historically they did. I don't know if he'll take peace.
Speak
He
your
won't,
speech.
so you can't. Oh, wait, I see. Are you?
Speak your speech, so that I may go to the baths and wash away today's stench.
So I was thinking maybe, you know, like we're stuck at war with each other forever. But Sulla is in the worst situation you could ever be in, honestly. But that's honestly it for Marius. You got a very let's actually look at the faction tree, just for some of you people who are actually interested in this. I have no clue who these people are, because I don't really care about Roman history of Rome at all. I care about more for the eastern side. So we have Gaius Marius Julia, Gaius Marius the Younger, Gaius Julius, Aurelia Cotta, and Gaius Julius Caesar. Can we get this guy assassinated, please? Is there a way to do that? I can't assassinate him. Alright, well, he's lucky. I'm kidding. I just hate Julius Caesar, honestly. I could care less for him. But that's about it for the Gaius Marius side. Let's go check out the Easterners. So now we have the Parthian side of the campaign, which is incredibly easy. This is your empire. You get all the way to Bactria, all the way to Chorasmia, the Jedgrosian Desert, and then you stretch to Palmyra and Armenia. The only real person that is going to be in your way of expansion is the Seleucids, what's left of them, and the Armenians, because they will be pretty difficult to take out. Your armies are very horse heavy, I guess, kind of replicating Carhae, if you want to say that, because for some reason I don't think Parthi had this much cavalry in their armies, like 2 infantry and the rest cav. I don't think that's how it was, but whatever. We've got, okay, I didn't want to go over there. So we have Xerxes' Vengeance, the Armor of Arsaces, and Rostam's Champions, which they're almost all exactly the same. I don't really see how you would struggle to lose this campaign. You just build up a few military buildings. Well, you gotta research it first, but you get the idea. Build up some military buildings, make huge armies, go kill enemy. Basically how it is. Honestly, that's really it, and then I'll show the faction screen, but here's this. So you can see what it looks like. This is historically accurate. They were actually trying at this time to rival the old Achaemenid power. So we have the House of Varaz. Now, Gotarzes. Why do I feel like he wasn't the Shah at this time? I thought it was Arsaces or Mithridates II. It was one of those two. But we've got that guy, Arwia, Orodes, Sinatruces, and Phraotes. Yeah, I really don't understand any of this because, again, I don't really care for Parthian or Roman history. So that's about it, though, honestly. Now let's go check out the Armenian situation. Alright, so this is the Armenian side. So we have Armenia, Edessa, and Samosata. As I said before, Edessa is inaccurate. Tigran would have never taken that. So the army that Tigran gets is very crappy. It's a bunch of hillmen. This is basically a replica of what you're going to have as Pontus. You can recruit some Persian cav, that's good, but you do get a armorer. You can obviously recruit the basic Armenian units, and this is the only campaign in the game that's rated hard. So yeah, I guess that's fun. In the north, this is another historically inaccurate thing. Is Kartli and Ardhan. Well, it was actually Iberia and Albania and Colchis, but Iberia and Albania would have been taken over by Tigran at the start of his rule. And then Yeah, so those should be your client states, but they're not. They should be. Like Cappadocia is. They should be too. You got a lot of trade partners. You got a very crappy situation in terms of the fact that for some reason you're at war with Sulla's realm. Other than that, though, you're gonna struggle with this campaign. The only way I see out of it is taking Syria and Judea, and then like all of Judea, then Nabatea and Palmyra. And when your armies are, you know, experienced and stuff, maybe you could beat Parthia back. You don't have any treaties with them. Maybe they'll accept a non-aggression pact if you can give them some money or something. But yeah, Armenia is probably the crappiest starting position, honestly. Except for the Seleucids. They're very crappy. You do get the historically accurate city of Tigranokerta. So that's cool, I guess. But that's about it, honestly. So let's go check out the Pontic side. Alright, so here we are with the Pontic side. And starting off, you're at war with Sulla's realm. You're allied with Armenia, and you have Cappadocia as a client state. You own Macedon, Achaia, and part of Thrace, which is historically accurate. If we go over there, this is what the situation looks from the side of Pontus. So, yeah, in Achaia, you got a lot in Achaia. You've got a level 3 barracks, which is the highest barracks you can get as Pontus if you want to actually be able to recruit stuff. For some reason, you can't recruit Pontic swords. I guess it's to add on to the historical accuracy that there wasn't any at this time. For some reason, you can't recruit Cappadocian Cav. That doesn't make sense to me, because that was like the most prized Cav in the East. Some of it. There's also others. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at this army. You're not going to beat veteran legionaries with hillmen and levy pikemen, but you do have Cappadocian Cav. You do have archers, and you do have big garrisons. Like Thessalonica has 14 units. There's no way one army is going to break through that. So that is, I guess, one bonus. And another bonus is your western provinces aren't that important. The only thing that is actually important about them is their barracks. You need those to recruit more units. Because over in oh no, in Pergamon you have more, so never mind. You can lose your western provinces as quickly as you want to. Greece doesn't really matter. It's just Asia. You need to hold on to Asia, Galatia, Bithynia, and the Bosphorus. And you do have a third army, so we have Mithridates, the Poison King himself here, with a crappy army. Over here, we've got Mithridates the Younger, Mithridates' son. Then we have Arcathius, Mithridates' other son. Now, the only non-historical, the historical inaccuracy here is that Mithridates' son Arcathius would have died in Thessaly of a disease, and Mithridates the Younger wouldn't have actually participated in fighting in Greece. And so in terms of the faction screen, we have Mithridates the Younger, Machares, Arcathius, Cleopatra, and Pharnaces. Then we have Laodike, which is the wife he actually murdered. It was also his sister. Well, that's a twist of fate. So you have the client state of Cappadocia, which is historically accurate. Galatia should also be a client state. That's the other historical inaccuracy here, because later on in the war, Galatia kicked out Pontus. So yeah, you've got a very good... I apologize for the birds in the background. You got a very good position here in terms of keeping the Romans out of Asia. If you can do that, then you'll be fine, honestly. But if as soon as Sulla gets into Asia, that's a completely different story. Then you're going to struggle. So this is the campaign I will be doing for YouTube, by the way. So you'll get a kind of a sneak peek, I guess, of what it's going to be like for me to play as Pontus. So yeah, that's about it. Another thing is, though, you've got to watch out for Thrace, Iziges, Roxolani, in Saracens, they don't really like you. You might be able to get some treaties with them. But, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, like I said, that's about all. Parthia won't ever declare war on you, so you won't have to worry about them. You just have to worry about this dude, which you can possibly beat. And for some reason, I don't know about Marius's Rome. But when I was playing as Marius, you know about Mithridates. So I don't understand that. But yeah, that's about it. So let's move on to the Hellenic Factions. This is the Seleucid side of things. So as you can see, I wasn't kidding when I said you start off with part of Syria and Judea. So yeah, this is a crappy starting position. You get a good army though. You get thorax pikes, thorax hoplites, companions, Greek onagers, so that's good. Your basileus is Philip. I don't remember there being a Seleucid ruler named Philip, but that's probably just me not knowing what I'm talking about. So you do get some pretty good military buildings at the start. There really isn't much to talk about. You're just in a basically choose who's gonna die place. I recommend going for Judea and then Nabatea, then going down into Arabia or Egypt, whichever you choose. Egypt could be good, but you know there isn't much left of Egypt or the Seleucids for that matter. Honestly though, that's really it. Like, I guess I can show the faction screen. So we have Philip and Philip. Well, you got two Philips. I don't know which one you want to choose from, but right now your Basileus is picked. So really that's it. Honestly, you're in an okay position. It could be worse. Palmyra is pretty exposed. They're not going to be able to stand up to your much better quality troops. This is a really good army, like I said before. That's honestly though, that's it. Like, there really isn't much to talk about. You could go take Jerusalem for fun. For some reason it has the Latin in it. Or is that, how do I look? Yeah, it's Latin. Why is there Latin over here? I guess it's supposed to represent, I guess, Judea. They weren't Latin though, they were Jewish, so. But yeah, that's about it. So let's go take a look at Egypt. Alright, so this is the Egyptian starting position, which I have never actually played as. So you get part of Libya, you get Egyptus, you get this crappy army. You can recruit, you can recruit pikemen, so never mind. You got a pretty good position because you can recruit your best cav too. So I guess pikemen and Egyptian cavalry, and I guess some slingers down here. That'll be good. So you do have a pretty good position in terms of recruiting. You can level up your units with these blacksmiths. Your position with the people around, no one really cares about you, I guess. You just want to smash these guys and take out Ethiopia for a good start. Well, you can't actually take Kyrene because that's owned by Marius's Rome unless you want to go to war with them, which, as you saw before, you definitely don't want to do. So, you got some good trade partners. You could take back Judea, maybe kill the Nabateans. That wouldn't be bad. Other than that, though, honestly, I really have nothing to say about this position because it's basically like you're stuck in a... You gotta pick which way to go. I recommend going for Ethiopia. There's gold down here in Axum, so that'll get you a lot of wealth. And then go for Libya. Well, 2 towns in Libya. After that, I'd just say go east and then take over the old Seleucid Empire. I think that makes the most sense in my opinion. You do get Salamis, and I think you only get 1 army. Yeah, and you get no spies, so. That's about it though, honestly. This is basically over, so. I hope you guys enjoyed. Get ready for the Pontic campaign that's coming up. We're going to be in the shoes of Mithridates himself, fighting against veteran legions of Sulla. With our, polyglot hordes of hillmen and levy pikemen. That's about it though, honestly, so I'm really excited. This is such a fun campaign. I have done a little bit already, but that was just for fun. I can't wait to do the YouTube version, so that'll be coming out. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and goodbye.